Hello, I'm Daryl Lord, and I am a student in Dr. Arnold's TEDV 411 Session 1 Technology for Educators class. And here is my interactive whiteboard and student response system presentation. An interactive whiteboard resembles a traditional whiteboard. It connects to a computer and digital projector, which shows exactly what is on the computer screen. When it is connected through USB, wirelessly through Bluetooth, or another wireless connection, it becomes a large, touch-sensitive, interactive computer screen. The first interactive whiteboards were developed by Xerox PARC in the early 1990s. They were initially designed and manufactured for use in the office. Models have either front or rear projection, with advantages and disadvantages for both. Front projection units are generally lighter, cheaper, and mobile. The disadvantage, though, is front projection models require a projector that needs to be mounted a distance away from the board. This can cast a shadow when the user moves in front of the projection. Some models have a short throw projector that casts the projection at a 45-degree angle. This helps to eliminate that shadow depending on where the user is standing, and also helps as the user no longer has to look past the projector's light to see the audience. Rear projection units, on the other hand, are generally more expensive and heavier, but they can be mounted flush against the wall. There are many different makers of interactive smartboards, with both front and rear projection options. When most people think of interactive whiteboards, they usually call them smartboards. Smartboard is actually its own line of interactive whiteboards produced by Smart Technologies. Most models of smartboards have a pen tray with 2 to 4 pen tools and an eraser. The technology for these is in an optical sensor that recognizes that a pen or eraser is missing and performs accordingly. For example, when the red pen is removed, any hard object that touches the board will then write in red, blue in blue, etc. Interactive projectors perform virtually the same as a traditional interactive whiteboard, but without the board. With this technology, any surface can be used: a plain wall, a table, a dry erase board, etc. Optical sensors are able to capture a finger or stylus and mark on the image just as an interactive whiteboard would. Interactive whiteboards are a positive addition in the class. Through an interactive whiteboard, students learn from interesting and attractive lessons, which include multimedia material that is verbal, visual, auditory, and interactive. In addition, any lesson that is taught through the use of an interactive whiteboard can be saved and linked to a site, such as an electronic portfolio, for students to access outside of class. This is great for students that happen to be absent when an important lesson is being taught. Another great benefit for teachers using an interactive whiteboard in the class is the ability to go back and review part of the lesson that may have been unclear. Say a student wants clarification about a topic covered a few slides prior, or something being shown currently ties into another slide. A teacher can flip back to the previous page and all notes, drawings, etc. are still there. Student response systems are a combination of clickers and interactive software that allow teachers to gather feedback from their students in real time. It works just like a wireless remote, but rather than controlling a TV, it allows students to answer questions electronically and instantaneously. Questions can be shown through PowerPoint or another medium, giving students complete control of their lessons. Response systems in general have been around since the 1960s, but these were not initially thought of as a classroom tool. Though as technology evolves, student response systems are becoming more and more common in the classroom. One of the great advantages in using this technology in a classroom is the time saved by the teacher. Now, instead of spending hours grading every day, teachers can give paperless quizzes and worksheets to their students, and their answers will be recorded instantly. In large classrooms where vocal students dominate discussions, shy or intimidated students now have a way to voice their opinions without the worry of discrimination. Student response systems are also beneficial in dealing with controversial topics. Students may be more willing to give truthful responses based on their ability to stay anonymous. The two main differences in student response systems, besides the different clickers, is the way the clickers communicate with the receiver. Infrared technology requires a direct line of sight without interference and works within a range of 50 to 100 feet. Radio frequency, on the other hand, has a range of 200 to 300 feet, meaning many more students can be accommodated. There is also a major difference in the size of the actual receivers. Infrared receivers, pictured on the top of the slide, tend to be bulky, while radio frequency receivers, pictured on the bottom of the slide, are much smaller in size. Later generation systems actually will do away with handheld clickers, replacing them instead with smartphones. Students can download an app on their own phone, and that will work with the system that is in the classroom. In my opinion, student response systems are probably best in middle school or higher classroom settings. This is just because of the distraction of having the clicker could bring to an elementary child. In classrooms where it is appropriate, having the ability to get an answer from every student is important. From that, an educator is able to determine who needs extra help and who understands. Student response systems also give students the ability to ask for help anonymously, which could be the fundamental reason that one may not ask for help. So what have we learned? Are interactive whiteboards and student response systems right for a classroom? It comes down to a simple question. Is student learning stagnant, or is it ever evolving? See, teaching and learning are ever changing. As teachers, we will need to evolve as our students evolved. Actually, we're going to need to evolve faster. Our students are using technology at home for work and leisure time, and they will continue to use technology as adults in the real world. So it only makes sense to bring it into the classroom. We also need to work to improve student engagement. Interactive whiteboards engage students by appealing to their love of technology, and student response systems engage students by allowing participation without judgment from peers, which is a win-win. Well, thank you for taking the time to listen to this presentation. It is my hope that you found it informative and more than slightly enjoyable.